Hello friends, Sam here. So today what we are going to do is, in this video I am practically going to build a POC, proof of concept, a sample project which will showcase you about global error handler. Okay, so this project will be doing the file reading. So some text file it will be reading and displaying the content on the screen, and along with that it will be doing DB to CSV activities also in the same project. And now what I want to do is that doesn't matter whether there is an error in the file reading or there is an error in the database. I want to show the generic message to the end user saying that there is some error in your project. That is generic error handling. I don't want to do specific error handling like file handling separate error, DB error, there is a separate error. No, generic error handling I want to implement with global handler. I just want to avoid abnormal termination of my project, and it will show some user friendly message to the end user, not some system error because of abnormal termination. That's what will be use of global handler. Let us jump into the steps and let us build the project. Okay, so I open my Anypoint Studio. Let me create the new project. This is a practical video, friends. So I suggest you be on your laptop and do that along with me. I'm going pretty slow. So right click, new, and I'm creating a new project. Now let me call this as global error handler demo. Okay, this is what I want to build. Now let me do one thing. Let me just adjust this Anypoint Studio properly so that my video will not overlap on this. So your right hand side of the screen must be my video is appearing over there. So let me adjust this Anypoint Studio properly. Okay, I hope this is fine now. So I'm creating my new project, and let me drag the flow. Let me drag the flow, and let me give some name to my flow. Let us call it as global handler demo. So that is what will be my flow name. That's great. And let me have it will actually will not take any query parameters, so it will just take the HTTP request. So let's have HTTP listener. Let me configure it normally, saying that localhost and some port number I will configure. So localhost and the port number is 9001. Let me check whether the port is in already use or not. It will give me test connection successful if it is already in use. So it looks that it's already in use. Maybe some other project is running. So let me stop that. Let me stop this. Let me clear this. And now if I go to my listener, and now if I see plus, then I'll do localhost and I'll do 9001, and this time if I say test connections it will be successful because no other project is running. All perfect. Say okay, say slash, and let me save the project. Okay, so you can see that on problems tab there is nothing, everything is clean. After that you have the file read logic. So maybe I'll take file read processor. Okay, so it is read a file, read a text file. So let me give some display name for that. Okay, so read text file. Okay, and let me give the path :/data/input, and let's say /emp.txt. That's what I wanted to read. That's great. Now let us display this file content on the screen. So let us have the logger, and this logger will be printing. So let me put some display name over here. So display text file. That's what we will do, and payload will be displayed, right? So because file read will read the stuff and put it in the payload, so payload will be displayed. I save the project. After this I will have DB to CSV. So let me show you my MySQL query browser where my database is there. So let me open the query browser. Yes, and maybe employee I do have. Let me connect to my database, and I will have employee table over there. You can see that. So here is my employee table, and if I go to my employee table and if I double click on that, there will be query, and that query I will execute, and it will give me all the records. So there are 25 records are there: EMPID, name, salary, designation, all that. And let me have DB select. Okay, so let me take DB select, database select, which will fetch the employee record. It's a DB to CSV records, you know. So let me have the DB select. Let me have the connector configuration is place. I'm assuming that you are comfortable with this database related stuff and all. If not, then check my other set of videos. Somewhere you will find easy kind of short videos. Okay, MySQL connection. Then driver I need to configure. Let me give the driver. Okay, so my local file is the driver. It is already there in my Mule4 directory. So in case if you wanted to have all these installables, I will share with you all 11 to 13 installables free with you. And I do have videos also where it will show you step by step how to set up all these installables on your machine. That I can share with you free of cost, guys. Okay, don't worry about that. It is my responsibility to help you if you want to start learning Mulesoft. Okay, so fine, and let me select ActiveMQ. So MySQL connector, that I will select, say okay. Let us wait till it turn green. So it will turn green. My host name for the database is localhost. My port number is 3306. These are standard details of the database, you know. My username is root. My password, in my case, it is admin. Let me show you. It is admin. And my database name is Mule. So this I teach in my other videos where step by step I explain about each and everything and talk about that. So you can check out that. Somewhere you will find it. Test connection, it will test the connection with the database. So in this POC, the focus is global handler. So that's why I'm quickly covering other stuff, you know. And assuming that file reading and flow and other basic stuff you are already comfortable with. If not, go and check with my Hello World application and other thing, you know. That's what. Okay, or ping me. So I will direct you to the right resources. Okay, test connection successful. Then SQL query text. So here I will put a query to fetch the record. So it will be select star from employee. That's what I'm going to do, right? That's what. Save it. So my select is done. If you want, you can put the display name properly. So which says fetch employee data. I always recommend this display this. Fetch employee data. That's what you will do. Great. And after that, you will convert that into CSV. So we will require a transform message. So transform message you will have. And transform message on the left hand side, input metadata, it will automatically populate with the output of select. Let's wait. Okay, so input metadata automatically configure EMPID, ename, salary, designation. Now let me put output metadata as a CSV thing. Okay, so add, let us put CSV type over here. Create type. Let us define the schema for the CSV. Let us do that. Okay, so here I will select CSV and I will define the schema. So there will be 4 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4. First one will be EMPID, which will be number. So let's put number. Second one will be ename. So let us have it as string. Third one will be salary. Let us have it as number again. And last one will be designation, which will be again string. That's fine. Let's say select. All good. My schema got defined. My output metadata will be also there. Just do the mapping now. And your DWL code will be generated on the right hand side. Okay, still we have not reached to the global handler level, Now we will add that global handler. Okay, so end to end, I tried to show you that. So EMP ID to EMP ID, let me do the mapping. Ename to ename, let me do the mapping. And you can see on the right hand side, the DWL code is getting generated, data view language code. Salary to salary, designation to designation. Okay, all I configured. So this is like my whole DB to CSV configuration, and maybe let us print it on the screen, the CSV. So let's print the payload. Okay, so display the output CSV. Let's have it as display output CSV, and let us print it here, payload. Let us print it here, payload. Right, that's what is there. Fine. And then we will have the global error handler. If you don't have global error handler, what will happen? Whatever is the system error, that will be sent to the postman, which is end user. If you don't have the error handler, what will happen? Okay, let me show you that. Suppose file does not exist. So let me run this project. Let me deploy it. So if there is no error handler, not even global error handler, okay, what is the value add by the global error handler? That I want to show you. So let me wait till it get deployed. Whatever is the system error in file read, because there is no file exist, So you can see that in my input folder, there is no emp.txt file. So definitely there is a file error in my project. Okay. And that system error, as it is shown to the end user, which is not the right thing. It is as good as you are booking a flight in some application and abruptly you are getting some system error, invalid code exception, invalid code at line number 100, that kind of exception to the end user. You can understand the seriousness of that, I am an end user, I don't know anything about the code and all, and I am getting the error related to some exception code. This is the code and application getting terminated. That's what we don't want. We want to give the user friendly error and do the normal closure of the application. Okay, that's what will be done by global handler. Of course, you can have other set of handlers as well, like flow level handler, the try block level handler. Maybe in some other videos we will talk about that, but let us focus on global handler. So right now there is no global handler defined. Let's see what happened. So suppose there is a file related error is there. Okay, that got deployed. And now what I do, I just try to send the request over here. See that. Okay, so there will be file related error and it will abnormally terminate the code. Database stuff is not happening. Okay, so abnormally terminating, and postman is getting this system error. This is like as good as getting very abrupt error to the end user. This is very ununderstandable error for the user, system error. Same thing with the database. Now let me do one thing. Let me have this emp.txt file here so that file read error will not be there. So let me create that. Let me say this is employee test file. This is employee test file. That's what I do. And let me save this, and I create the database error. My project is still running, and what I do, I stop the database. So there will be DB connectivity error, So what I do, MySQL service, I will stop it. So my database is getting crashed, That's what I wanted to showcase. So my database, MySQL, that is getting stopped. So suppose I stop this. So my database got crashed. That's what I'm simulating now. And I'm sending a request. So my database is not running. I'm sending a request now. So you can see it will read the file. Yes, it will read the file and the content of the file got displayed, but there is a database error now. So it has actually crossed this stage. It will come to database and there is a DB connectivity error. And you can see that here I do get such kind of system error, not the user friendly error. This will be avoided with the global handler. Okay, now let me do one thing. Let me show you database related thing, how it will be handled. Even if there is a database related error or file related error, let me see that. So I will include global handler now. How to include global handler? Let me just stop this, clean this, and let me have the global handler. So search for error handler in the Mule palette, error handler, drag it and put it inside your project. Let me call it as my global handler something, my global handler. That's what I just put. And I just have my error handling thing, on error continue over there. And inside that I just put like set payload, which will be the payload going to the postman. So I will give some user friendly error over here itself. So here I will give, there is some error in the project, because this is the generic error handling. That may be the database error, that may be the file error. Anyway, it's generic, so you cannot give specific reason for the error. Then there is a logger which will print it on the console as well. It will print the payload on the console. That's what is happening. And the same payload will be going to postman. Now let us see this particular project, how it is getting executed. I run this again. Okay, and this time file exists in the input tab. File exists, so file related error will not occur. But database service is not running, so definitely DB connectivity error will occur, but user will not get such kind of system error. See, this is the system error, cannot get connection to URL, JDBC, logger, so it's like too much, So that's what, let me just wait till my project get deployed, and it will actually get a nice beautiful error that there is some error in your project. That's what will be the error shown to the end user. Let's see that. Let's see. Okay. Just I do have some exciting news to be shared at the end. Stay tuned till end of this video, friends. Don't leave it in between. Okay. So stay tuned till end. I will share something exciting at the end. Let us wait till it getting deployed. So if you observe, I record two kind of videos. One is short videos, which I generally upload in my brand channel, Sam J channel, on my FB and LinkedIn and everywhere. And the long format video I upload on YouTube. Okay, so this is my long format video, So I hope you like this practically power pack long format videos. But you need to have little patience to do it practically, Okay, let's not worry about this Java SQL exception cannot. Okay, anyway, it is trying to get the connection with the database. Whenever it is deployed, let us run the service, so that deployment will be successful. Okay, and after that we will stop it, Okay, it's running. So maybe, yes, my project got deployed now. So it will form the connection. Everything is fine. And now you can stop the service. It's a cheating, that's fine. It's a crash. Crash is crash. Okay, so it got crash. And now if I send the request to this project, let's say send, and let's see what happens. So actually it has executed, it is executing that, and it will print something on the here. So it will come to the error handler and it will print that. Let's see, let's wait. Still my postman. Okay, so I think there is some problem. Localhost 3306 mule. What is this? No, I think there is some problem with this. So let me send it again. And let's wait. Okay, so now you can see that here you will have, okay, so this is the DB connectivity error. Now my global handler, my God, my project abnormally got terminated. Still, my global handler not got detected. There is one configuration I'm missing. So if I want this global handler to be detected by Mulesoft, I need to do one additional step. Go to global element, go to create the configuration, global configuration resource, global configuration, okay, and designate my global handler as my default handler. So I need to specify, I need to tell Mulesoft, I need to tell Anypoint Studio that this is what is my global handler, and now it will detect that. Okay, so now there is a change, so let me save the project and it will be redeployed. Let me wait. Okay, anyway, my database, let me just run it so that there will not be any exception. Okay. Okay, so let us wait till it get deployed, redeployed rather. Okay, it got redeployed now. You got this message. Let me stop the database server now. I want to crash it. So crash it. Okay, now what I will do, I will just send a request. Send the request. And let's see what happened. Let's see what happened. Hold on. So what I want to do is here. Okay, so see, there is DB connectivity error. After that, it is actually handling the error and it is showing there is some error. It's not an abnormal termination, you know, and if you see, the same kind of error will be displayed in the Postman as well. There is some error in the project. This is what, if there is some error in your flight reservation app, it is giving there is some issue in booking. Now you can check later on. That's a beautiful message. So user will not get afraid of your application. If it is giving stack overflow, memory overflow, or java.exception or something, user get afraid of that. So this is the way to handle it with global handler. This is because of database. Now let us do one thing, file related stuff. So what I do, I just delete the input file. I just delete the input file. I just start my database server. My database wise, there is no problem. So let us start it. And there will be error with the file now. There will be error with the file. Let me send the request again and let us see what happened. Okay, so there is an error related to file now, and it has shown the same error because it's generic error handling. It has shown the same error. There is some error in your project and same will be displayed over here. This is generic handling we are talking about. In other video, I am already talking about specific error handling. On database, you wanted to have different error handling method, different error handling strategy. On file, you do have different error handling. So you can go and search for specific error handling in my Mulesoft channel. You will able to find that. Okay. So fine. Have you understood how to really develop global error handler to avoid abnormal termination of your project and give user friendly message to the end user instead of giving some abrupt system message because of abnormal termination? This is what we do have in global error handler. I hope you enjoyed this, and once you complete this project, you can send me the snapshot on my WhatsApp, or maybe you can upload it as a comment. You can just mention in the comment that you developed this particular project. Hooray, I developed this project. You can put it in that way, okay, as a comment to this particular video. And coming to the great news, I started free video series on WhatsApp. The idea is I created a lot of videos on TIBCO, Mulesoft and Salesforce, these three skills, because they are my primary skills in my portfolio. So short videos and long videos, both type of videos I created. And the idea is I want to serve one video every week right in your WhatsApp. So you have to register for my free video series. In the video description, description of this video, I will put the link of that form, video series form. You have to go there, you have to give your email ID and the WhatsApp number. Remember, give the WhatsApp number, otherwise I will not able to deliver video to your WhatsApp. It will be a link of my video, my post, valuable post. Some value I want to deliver every single week. Okay, and trust me, I call these videos as game changer videos. So you never know which kind of knowledge, which kind of skill, which kind of information is used where in your career. It may be really the turning point in some interview. It may be really the winning answer in some interview. You never know about that. So that's why I call it as game changer videos. So subscribe to my game changer video series and subscribe to my channel. Connect with me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, everywhere. I'm providing all the links in the description below this video. Just stay connected, friends. So thanks for watching this video and stay tuned till my next video. Thank you and bye-bye.